Hello friends, this is Hatim Ramprawala, and in this video we will quickly revise basically essay 580 written representation. This is the most simplest essay, and simplest in the sense it is not tricky basically like other essay, like most much understanding and all. Okay, so we'll quickly go through. This has been divided as such: first, meaning and the nature of the written representation; second, requirement as per FATI. What are the requirements? That is, matter on which the written representation may be obtained. So on which matter the written representation is to be obtained, and the auditor response in different situation. And what is the auditor's response in different situation? Like if management refuse to provide written representation, and if he has doubt over the reliability. Okay, so we'll first see the meaning and the nature. Written representation by the management which has been provided to the auditor to confirm certain matters. Why we ask for written representation? To confirm certain matters. So it is written representation, written statement by the management provided to the auditor to confirm certain matter to support other audit evidence. Then it is basically to support other audit evidence. That's why we ask for written representation. Management give, or it is provided to auditor to confirm certain matters to support audit evidence. It is just for supporting. Then written representation recognized as an audit evidence as a response to the inquiry. It is a written representation is basically a response to the inquiry. That is, we inquire something from the management, and then for confirmation that thing auditor gives management gives the written representation. So written representation recognized as a response and recognized as audit evidence in response as a response to the inquiry. So as a response to the inquiry, written representation is recognized as an audit evidence. Then written representation do not provide sufficient appropriate audit evidence. See, auditor cannot consider the written representation to be as a substantive as a sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. It is just a supporting audit evidence. Then written representation should be in the form of a representation letter addressed to the auditor. So basically it should be in the form of letter which has been addressed to the auditor. The written representation shall be obtained for all the financial statement and the period referred to in the auditor's report. So it should be addressed in the letter, representation letter addressed to the auditor. Then it should be for the it is obtained for all the financial statement periods referred to in auditor's report. So for which all period which has been referred in the auditor's report, for that period auditor obtains written representation from the management. And the date of the WR, that is written representation, should be near as practicable to the date of an auditor's report. So basically it should be it cannot be later, that is for sure. After auditor's report it cannot be later, but it should be near to auditor's report. Okay, so we're done with this meaning part. It was much simple, and we don't think basically that question can come from that. Then requirements of essay 580. In that first concept, that is matter for which the written representation may be obtained. This can be question that which all matter is required written representation, but that too it is very likely. So management responsibility, it has been divided as matters on which written representation may be obtained, on which it is obtained basically. Okay, so it is divided as management responsibility and others. So in management responsibility, preparation and the presentation of the financial statement in accordance with an applicable financial reporting framework. So for that they give the basically representation that management has prepared, that is the preparation, the presentation is in accordance with an applicable financial reporting framework. That is the information provided to the auditor. Wait a second. Information provided to the auditor as agreed in the terms of the engagement. So what was agreed in the terms of the engagement, the same information has been provided. So for that agreeing part of the management, they will give the written representation. So they will give the written representation in relation to the management responsibility, that is the preparation, the presentation of the financial statement as per the FRF. Then they have provided the information to the auditor in relation to as agreed in the terms of the engagement. And then description of the management responsibility in the manner as described in the terms of the engagement. And the description, what will be the description of management responsibility, that what all was the management responsibility, and they have complied with them in the manner as described in the terms of engagement. So what is described in the terms of engagement? So we have seen this 3-1: preparation, presentation of financial statement in accordance with the FRF, information provided to the auditor as agreed in terms of an engagement, and description of the management responsibility in the manner as described in the terms of the engagement. and the other that is matter for which the written representation is obtained, that is if it is required by other assets, so as required by other assets, then written representation may be obtained, or where the auditor determines that it is necessary to obtain one or more of the written representation. So it is basically like first was management, then in others it has given that if it has been required by the SA, and or where the auditor determined that it is necessary to obtain. So if an auditor needs to confirm basically something, so it is based on the auditor's judgment that whether he needs the written representation or not. We will move on to the second part, that is of requirement. This auditor response in different situation. So what will be the auditor's response in different situation? If management refuse to provide the written representation, he will discuss with the management, that is discuss with management, then reevaluate the reliability integrity of the management, then he will reevaluate the reliability integrity. First he will discuss with management, reevaluate the reliability integrity of the management, then determine the possible effect on the opinion. So whether the refusal to provide the written representation affects the opinion of the auditor. So he will determine the possible effect on the opinion and issue the disclaimer of opinion. Why disclaimer? Since he has not got the information, not got the confirmation, we can say, from the auditor, because management has, sorry, not from the auditor, from the management, because management has refused to provide written representation. So what are the points if management refuse? So first confirm, not confirm, first communicate with the management, then reevaluate the reliability, integrity and objectivity of the management, reliability or integrity of the management. Then after reevaluating integrity of the management, then determine the possible effect on the opinion and issue disclaimer of opinion, because we will be left with no choice. And then reliability of written representation is doubtful in case of having concern about the competency and the integrity of the management. Determines, see what they have given is reliability. So now auditor is doubting basically the reliability of the written representation in case of the concern, in case of having concerns about the competency and the integrity of the management. Determine their effect in the reliability of the written representation and other audit evidence in general. So the auditor is having concern about the competency, integrity and management, having concern about the competency, integrity, their effect. If or knowing the competency, auditor being knowing the competency, integrity of the management, he is doubting the reliability of the written representation and the other audit evidence in general, that is all audit evidence or the written representation provided by the management. He is doubting the reliability of that based on the firms or based on the companies, based on the clients basically, we can say, of their competency and the integrity. Then if the written representation is inconsistent with the other audit evidence, perform the additional procedure. So first, based on their concern, we say in case of the having concern about the management competence and integrity, determine their effect in reliability of the determine their effect in the reliability and of the written representation and other audit evidence in general. And if the written representation is inconsistent with the other audit evidence, then if it is inconsistent, that is there has been mismatch with other audit evidence with the written representation provided by the management, then auditor will perform additional procedure. Here we can't say alternate, because he has to do additional procedure to confirm that with the written representation. Confirm means to determine basically the mismatch and what caused the mismatch from written representation and the other audit evidence. So if there is a mismatch, he will perform additional audit procedure. Then if concluded that the written representation is not reliable, so after being doing additional audit procedure, if he confirms that the written representation is not reliable, then determine the possible effect on the audit opinion. What he will do is he will determine the possible effect, what all will be the possible effect on the auditor's opinion, because now he has to consider in the opinion, because if he is doubting the reliability the other audit evidence provided in general to the auditor, means auditor is doubting the reliability, then there is inconsistency. After performing additional audit procedure also, he has concluded that the written representation is not reliable. After he has concluded that is written representation is not reliable, and determine the possible effect on the audit opinion. So he will determine what will be the possible effect on the opinion in case of the sufficient doubt over the integrity. If the auditor has the sufficient doubt over the integrity and of the management, issue a disclaimer of opinion, because he has not been, what we can say, reached till the conclusion, so he has to issue disclaimer of opinion. So I will just for sake of revision will read the C. Reliability of the written representation. If the reliability is doubtful, so if management refuse, so discuss the matter with management, reevaluate the integrity and reliability and integrity, determine the possible effect on the opinion, and disclaimer. The same step has been there. The first is having concern about the competency and integrity, determine their reliability of the written representation, other audit evidence in general. If the written representation is inconsistent with other audit evidence, perform additional audit procedure. If concluded that the written representation is not reliable or determine, then auditor have to determine the possible effect on the opinion. If the sufficient doubt about the over the integrity of the management issue, then auditor will issue disclaimer of opinion. So with this we are done with SM 580. Thank you for watching the video.